Welcome to Beginning to Blend, a new Blender-centric video series focusing on two methods of modeling in Blender. I'm your host and guide, JoRaSe, and I hope you'll stick around for the duration of these videos. Last time we finished up the ice cream cones, and today let's do something kind of on the same line with a conic shape, and that is going to be a whale's tail. So we've got Blender all fired up. Let's go ahead and load in our background image, also known as the reference image. Make sure backface culling is on, and go ahead and start the screencast keys display so you all can see what I'm doing. Now let's go into side view and make sure we are in orthographic view, and there we have our background image hidden behind the cube. Let's delete the cube because we don't need it. What we need is to create a cone. So we're going to put one cone in, and over here on the side we want to take it down from vertices 32 to vertices 12. Like before, that just makes it loads easier to work with. And let's go ahead and go into Wireframe and move the entire thing down with the G key to where the origin point is at the base. And now hit the Tab key to go into edit mode. And we want to lift this all the way up to the little tip point right there. Now drag the rest of it all the way down, like so. Now we need to subdivide this like we did with the other models, but we can't do that on we can't use the loop cut and slide on this. So what we're going to have to do is lift this up, the bottom edge loop, to about the halfway point, which would put it about there, and then extrude down. Now we've got something to work with. So let's go ahead and scale this in to match, like so. Grab this one and get it up a bit more. Go ahead and scale it in. And now this, we can pull it down because we don't need it all the way up there. That was just to help get a starting point. It's about right there, I would say. Good ice water. Okay, now we need to begin working on this upper shape. And for that, we're going to pull in another basic shape, that being the cube. So get this about there and scale it out on the y-axis. Like so. Now on this, we're going to put in some loop cuts. Let's begin with about 3 going this way. Get them kind of lined up. And we're just going to shape it, rough it in. Like so. And these, we just slide them in on the Y, which can be done with scaling them on the y-axis. Again, we want to get them lined up with the reference image. And add a couple more on this side. Looks like we need one more here at least. I'll put 2 just to be on the safe side. There. There. And move these up. Right like so. Now, instead of doing this side like we did over here, just do what I always do and mirror once we get the edge here fixed. I'm going to add 2 more. Everything else stays where it is, except for the 2 on the end, which are just going to slide out a little bit more. So we now have our giant tail piece. So we're going to go into top view and get it to match up more with the cone. Have it about there. Just on the inside of those 2 vertices there. And of course a whale's tail isn't flat, so what we need to do is grab the topmost vertices, go into the front view and scale them on the x-axis. Not much, just a little bit, because now we're going to grab the next one down. Still keeping the set above selected. And now we're going to scale these in. And same thing with the next set. And if we go into shaded view and take a look, that looks okay. Let's just grab that lastmost and give it a little bit apart from the others. Just to knock off that harsh angle. Okay, so there we have that. Now we need to duplicate it. But I guess first what we should do is take this, bring it down like so, and just grab and more or less equalize it out across the board. So there we go. Now we can grab all of the cube and duplicate it with Shift and D, lock it in place with Enter. Then we want to mirror it with Control M, and we want it on the Y axis, so that's going to be the Y key. Lock it in place with Enter, slide it over, and we want to mirror, or not mirror, we want to flip the vertices, normals. And let's rotate this a little bit so it is matching the picture. Right, like so. A little bit more. There we go. So that's a start. Let's go ahead and merge these center vertices. So we want to select them and then hide them, or select them, then select the inverse with Control and I, and then hide the inverse with H. Just grab two, then Alt M, merge at center. Grab two, Alt M, merge at center. Grab two, Alt. It's Alt H, I meant Alt M, and then at center. Just keep going till we get it done. Now unhide everything, and that's looking pretty good. Just need to get the cone midpoint all the way back up like we had it before, and probably, so we'll leave that point there. Let's put one more subdivision in here. But before we can do that, we need to move this up. I'm going to say to about here. Let's go ahead and scale it in. And now we can put our loop cut down here. Scale it in to where it matches. And then we can put one more in right here to flatten it out. And this one we're just going to scale out on the Y. Like so. And lift it up to where it meets the tail. So we've got our whale tail. using the Face Extrusion Method. That's all for this session of Polygonal Art with JoRaSe. If you enjoyed what you saw, how about giving this video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos from me. In the video description below, you'll find my Patreon link. Feel free to check it out. Now, on to the credits.